Hi everyone, it's Jay Crone here with your first episode of Fk'em podcast. I know you guys can't hear it, but I got music in my ears, so if I start jamming out and you guys don't know what's going on, it's not just the voices in my head. I do have music, which are also voices in my head. So, today I wanted to start off by thanking everyone who's joined and been following me this whole time. I appreciate you all very, very much. The support is unbelievable. If I look tired, it's because I am very tired. So, something I want to address right away. It's a topic that in my family, I should say my biological family, my mother's side, has never really understood about me. I have always had a theory that I never wanted to be unhappy in what I did in life. So, yeah, you look at my resume, it looks like I'm a job hopper. I'm not. I just refuse to settle, honestly. There's a lot of jobs I've been in where I reached my cap very fast, or they made it very obvious that they did not want me there. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to say somewhere I'm not wanted. I'm not going to force them to appreciate me. I'm not going to break my back for somebody who could care less. Speaking's going to be a little hard today, too. So, something that I've always done is when I wait till I snap, honestly, and it's not good to wait till you snap. So I have had a lot of jobs. I've been through a lot of jobs. I've done a lot of things and I've been a lot of things, and I honestly like it. I like knowing how things work and other businesses work and how things are created, and I love that I've been in a lot of different factories. I've met a lot of really great, wonderful people throughout my careers. But my family could never understand why. Why would I leave? Why would I keep leaving jobs? My grandma, she worked at Target I shouldn't say grandma, she was my nana. She worked at Target my whole life. She was never appreciated. She didn't love it there. She hated it there. She always told me how much people were trying to get her to quit and leave and how much pressure they put on her to get her to try to push out. Like, why would I want that stress in my life? Like, trust me, I got enough shit going on. I don't need that stress at work. If I'm going to work, it's because I want an escape from my own mind, and I don't want to go somewhere where I am clearly not appreciated, clearly not wanted, and I won't settle. I'm not going to stay at a place where they don't want me. And I'm not going to, and it goes for relationships too. It's not just work. If you are unhappy in your situation or your life, you have two choices. Stay, continue to be unhappy, and think things are going to change even though they're not, and patterns have dictated that they're not going to get any better or change. Then the only solution is trust the universe, trust yourself, trust your gut, and leave. You know how many jobs I've just had to leave because of the toxicity of the environments? They knew it was coming. I'm not quiet. I don't sugarcoat it. I tell them exactly what I'm feeling, and if they neglect and refuse to fix the problems and try to turn it on to me and make sure that I'm the problem, I'm not going to take that anymore. So you're right. I have jumped a lot of jobs from here to here. But it's not because of the want to do something different. It was the necessity of my own mental capacity to even deal with the bullshit. Like, if you know me, you know I do not do bullshit. I don't like the bullshit. I don't like the drama. I don't like any of that shit. I go to work. I bust my ass. I worked at jobs where I sat there for 17 hours in a day, busted my ass, and had zero support. I was still the scapegoat. I was still the one that got shit on all the time. Don't get me wrong, there were a few there that appreciated me and they showed it, but the ones that needed to appreciate it and needed to notice it, they didn't, because I had a vagina. I'll be honest. That's why. There's not very many jobs out there where being a female is a benefit. especially not the job lines that I've gone into. We have to work harder, and you guys can argue it if you want to argue it, but we have to work harder. We have to prove ourselves a little more. Same in the other aspect, though. There's jobs that men have to work a little harder for, and they have to prove themselves a little more for. It goes every way. It's not just one way or the other. And it's just something like, I'm not okay with being unhappy in my everyday life. If I'm not happy, at least if I can't, okay, let me reword this. If I can't end the day, close my eyes, and think of the 5 best things in my life, and if those things aren't the things that are right next to you or surrounding you in that moment, then you need to get out. If your safe place, if your happy place is away from your family, leave. I don't care where you go. Leave. Live out of your car for a couple days. It's not that bad. A lot of times you'll find a lot of people who you didn't think would be there, and they are. I still have people I never thought even blinked an eye at me or even thought of me as a friend that reach out every now and then and ask my advice or just want to see how I'm doing. And some of them I look at and I'm like, I didn't even know that you recognized me or liked me. There's a few people I thought hated my guts, and there's a few people that I thought loved me that really didn't. That's just it. Like, I have a very, very, very small group of friends. And the ones that I allow into that circle, into the deepest part of that circle, they're special. They're very special. It's a very guarded place. And you shouldn't allow everyone to be your friend. Don't get me wrong, you can be cordial at work and all that crap. We gotta learn boundaries, people. Boundaries are hard. They're not easy to do or come by. I've been engaged twice, married once, divorced once, and now I'm unofficially married. And I wouldn't change a thing. I learned so much from all my traumas. I'm not mad at my traumas anymore. I accept them. I accept how they built me to be the person that I am. If you knew even a little bit of what I've been through in life, you would look at me and wonder, why am I always smiling? Why am I always so happy no matter what I'm doing? If I'm out grocery shopping, I'll smile once or twice. Like, don't get me wrong, I have resting bitch face. But generally, I'll see something and I'll smirk, or if I make eye contact with someone, I'll smile and nod. I'm not rude. I'm very polite. I'm very quiet out in public. I don't like to be seen when I'm out in public. I like to be, I don't know. I guess I don't think people see me when I'm out in public. I feel like I'm just invisible. And I like that. I like to think of myself as being invisible. If I'm out on my own, I'll put my music in and do my shopping with my music in my head. So even if I did know somebody, I probably aren't going to hear them because I need some noise going on in my head when I'm shopping to not get road rage with shopping carts. But yeah, that's one of my biggest disagreements with my biological mother's side, is being unhappy and being okay being unhappy. They have told me since day one, don't marry for love, marry for money. No. I'll make my own money. Yeah, no. I won't depend on anybody. Don't get me wrong, I love my other half, and I will rule the world with him. But he is also an independent person and has his own dreams and goals. And my job and my responsibility is to support him in his decisions and those dreams and goals. And his responsibility is to support mine. Which, no, he doesn't always agree with everything I do because I have a lot of crazy ideas. If you agreed with everything I said, you should don't go there. We aren't going to unlock that safe. So no, I don't think every idea I have is the greatest idea or going to be the winner, but a lot of my ideas, a lot of my dreams and goals They're not that out there as people think. No, I'm not looking to be famous or, I don't know. I don't care about fame. I just want to be stable enough in my life, in my dreams, to make what I want happen in life. And it's a lot of good things. A lot of things I think this world is missing. And not even missing, I just feel like the bad in the world has gotten so loud that we no longer see the good in the world. There's more good people out there than we even know. I can't tell you how many times, I mean, it's been enough on one hand, but there's been times I've gone to the grocery store and my bank account got locked up and I had $100 worth of groceries sitting there looking at my bank account with $300 in it and not understanding why I can't get my money out and why it's not paying for this. And a man I've never met before in my life said, "It's okay. I got it. You go figure it out. We're okay." And I went across the street to the bank and found out that they locked me because they didn't believe I was me in person. And I was locked out of my account for 7 days. And if it wasn't for that man, I wouldn't have eaten for those 7 days. It was amazing. That man doesn't even understand how much of a difference he made that day. And I've had ladies where I was $1 short for some fruit and they paid what I needed to make the difference. I mean, the amount of good in this world that people have is so unseen. And then you see the people who go out of their way for other people and they are just doing it for social media. They're just doing it to be great. Just doing it for the views and whatever. But no, there's people out there who are genuinely doing it because that's what they do. Like, why wouldn't you? All I want to do is help people. There's been ladies, I've done their whole shopping with them because they needed help and couldn't reach shelves or limited whatever. I couldn't imagine walking by somebody who needed help and just not helping them. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a car guru, so if you're broken down on the side of the road, yeah, I'm probably not stopping. But if you're broke down on the side of the road, bawling with no phone, and you look like you're seriously in trouble, I will stop. I will make sure you're okay. See if you need, especially in the winter, a warm car to sit in while you wait for whatever you're waiting for. And that's not as rare in the world as people think. Honestly, it's not. So, you want my biggest piece of advice in life? If you're unhappy, trust yourself, jump, leap. You can't live your life comfortably. That's what my other half always says. If you're living life comfortably, then you're not really living. You have to be uncomfortable to make your dreams come true. I have not been comfortable one day in my life, but I go out there and I do my best every day. I don't care what job it is, what company it's for. Every job I have done, I have put my all into. And when they decide to tell me that your all is fantastic, but here's some more work and we're not going to really appreciate you and you're not going to move up because you are a workhorse and we need that in the shop, yeah, I'm not going to stay. I'm not here to be everyone's bitch work, or I'm here to do much bigger things in this life. And if you don't want to support me, help me grow, bye. Seriously. I don't even talk to my mother or that side of the family because of her lack of support. So if there's any great mothers out there, positions open. No, it's all okay. I've given her chances, more than enough over the last 30 years. She made her choice, and it is what it is. I'm not going to play the victim. I'm not going to play the bad guy. It just is what it is. It's sad, and it breaks my heart a little bit, but she's not going to change, and she's shown that over the last 30 years, and I'm done begging for the attention that I shouldn't have to beg for from a parent. Like, I lost my dad in 2008, and it wasn't until I got out of my mother's world that I started remembering the things that she tried to tell me weren't there. How much, I mean, this man, every day for my birthday, it didn't matter where I was, if I was at work or if I was at school, every year for my birthday, he would show up with flowers. And if he couldn't show up, he'd have them delivered. That's just the kind of person he was. He made sure I felt special. I don't know what he saw in me, but he knew I was destined for big things. And I finally believe him. Yeah, so that's why I wrote my book. I want people to know that you can go through all sorts of hell and get back up and get bashed back down with more hell, and get back up and get bashed back down with more hell, over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I don't care if you're going through it for 50 years, for 60 years, or 100 years. At some point, you have to stop. You have to look in the mirror and say, well, why am I doing this? Am I happy? Is this making me happy? Is this what I want in life? I don't care if you have kids, if you have husbands, if you guys have been together for 2 years, or if you guys have been together for 50 years. People change. People grow. A concept that people don't really understand much is it doesn't matter what you think of somebody. They might not always change that behavior towards you, because, yeah, once somebody has a behavior towards you, it generally doesn't really change much. People are stubborn. What they get made up in their head, they get made up in their head, and they stick with it. And I catch myself going back into my mother's bad habits of judging people right off the bat and voicing my judgments. And I even, like, sometimes I'm like, oh, why did I even say that? Like, that was unnecessary. Or, yeah, I don't know. I found out I have ADHD, which answers a lot of questions in my brain. But, yeah, my very first relationship, for example, we broke up and got back together about 5 times. I was so stupid. I was 16, met the guy at church, so obviously I thought he was the greatest guy on earth, because that's what my mother always said, like, oh, you meet a guy at church, obviously he's an amazing person, because he's religious. Don't get me wrong, I'm not dogging religions. I wholeheartedly believe in every religion. I believe there's truth in every religion and every theory out there, but I don't believe that one specific religion is correct. And honestly, there's times that I do have to put my faith in things that I don't understand, but I like to believe in the energy of the universe. Whether you call it God, or whether you call it gods, goddesses, priestess, or whatever you label it as, that's your label. I really don't care what you preach or what you do, or who you pray to or how you pray to them. I just am happy you have somebody outside of yourself to honestly put faith into, put hope into, because the more hope you put into yourself, or the universe or your gods, the more it makes you follow your intuition. It makes you follow your gut. Like, if your gut is telling you something's off, something's wrong, don't do this, don't go there, don't follow it. Okay? It's scary. I literally walked out of my house with my ex-husband and lived with my best friend for a couple weeks so I could get an apartment. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know we were going to break up that night. It was a time bomb waiting to explode, but it wasn't planned. It wasn't expected. I didn't know what I was going to do or where I was going to go or what was going to happen. And I went into some toxic relationships after that made me second guess everything. But because of that first boyfriend who broke up with me and got back together with me and broke up with me and got back together with me and broke up with me, I found out later on that he was actually breaking up with me to go to the cabin with his dad to sleep around with a bunch of women up there, or his camp girlfriends or cabin girlfriends. And that's why he was breaking up with me. And then once I found that out, I just kind of told myself, like, if it doesn't work the first time, That's it. It's done. Like, I will give you my all, but if we break up, or if I'm leave a job, or for bad reasons, just demeaning reasons even, I'm not gonna put up with it. I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna give it a second chance. I mean, I believe in second chances and at some aspects of life, but not in relationships. No. You want to leave, you want to cheat, you want to step out, call it a break, do whatever, then you're not really giving it your all. Because if your solution is to see if you're happy with something else on the other side because the grass looks a little greener, you're just not watering the right areas. So, if it's not working out, if you're unhappy, leave. There's no other way around it. You gotta believe in yourself, believe in your gut, and tell everyone else to fuck off, honestly. Seriously, fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Fuck them. Seriously. Nobody else matters. I don't care who they are, how long they've been in your life, if they're your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your best friend. If they're doing nothing but dragging you down and weighing you down, and you feel relief when they're not around, then you need to leave, dude. Leave. Sorry, I know some people hate when I say dude, but I say dude a lot, so get over it. Yeah, that's my opinion. Hold it right there for a second. I need to take a hit. Okay. Now that we've taken our deep breaths, I also want to point out these wings. Just a tapestry I really like. Did not plan for it to look like an angel behind me. Although I really like wings, so it's kind of cool. But also, it's my auras. If you look behind it. Just because I know somebody's going to make a stupid comment about the wings in the background, making me feel like I got a god complex or something stupid comment like that. Like, I just really like tapestries. I got one above me, too. That's really cool. I got one hanging over my door. If I can, my whole room will be filled with them. But because I don't like the white walls. I like black and green, obviously. So, that is my point of view, I should say, on if you're unhappy in life. That's my biggest piece of advice. If you're unhappy, leave. It ain't easy. It ain't hard. Yeah. Also, want to let everyone know that I will be getting it up and running. I know I've been talking about it for a while, but I will be starting a fuck trauma therapy. I'm going to get my schedule up and running. Hopefully the whole website and everything soon too. So if you do want a fuck trauma session, please leave a comment below or send a message to my fuck trauma page or my J Crone page. We'll get you scheduled up. We'll get you done. I'm going to offer $10 phone calls and $20 video chats. More than welcome to pay more if you want to pay more. I will take payments through Venmo for now until I get some other stuff set up. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of stuff coming up. I don't understand people, honestly. I'm really good at giving advice when you need it. I've gone through a lot in life. I understand a lot. And I don't want anyone to feel like I felt growing up. That's a level of loneliness that nobody should feel in any situation. I don't care where you are in life or what stage of life you're in. If you're even contemplating the darkest things in life, I'd rather you reach out and call me or send me a message, or honestly, I don't even care. I might not be able to answer right away, but I promise you I'll answer. And I'll try to help as best as I can. I'll have my schedule going. And now that I have a steady full-time work schedule, I'll be able to plan that out a little more accurately for everyone. There'll be some early morning sessions, some late night sessions. I might put in an emergency option if there is somebody who's really, really not in a good place. But I do also have a child and a husband and a work life, so I will have to balance and have some boundaries in there, obviously. There's also a lot of contracts that need to be signed and paperwork that needs to be answered before a session can happen, emergency or otherwise. So you guys know I'm here. I'll give a lot of really random advice, some good, some bad, some people might not agree with, some people will. I don't really mind one way or the other. I'm mostly doing this for me, honestly, for my own kind of therapeutic stuff, get it off of me and into the world. If you guys have any questions or any specific things you want me to talk about or specific podcast topics you'd like to hear, I got a whole noggin full of knowledge. I'm more than willing to answer any questions, every questions, give any piece of advice I can, whatever you guys need, I'm here. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of great stuff coming. Hold on, I'm brain farting here. I may have taken too many deep breaths. So yeah, I don't know what else you guys want to talk about today, but yeah, fuck them. You're unhappy, fuck them. Stick your fingers up, shove them in their face, tell them what you feel before you break. You feel that urge to welling up inside of you to cry or to scream or break down. You take a really deep breath. You harness Medusa. You let it out and you look at them and you say, fuck you guys. I bust my ass. I gave it my all and I'm not taking less. I'm just not. Fuck them. Simple.